Assalamu alaikum, Qur'an girl here. Welcome back to another lesson. Inshallah, we're going to be talking about the rules of Mim Sakin and Nun Sakin, the four that come into the Tajweed when you talk about what sound you make and how you pronounce words when you have different letters following Mim Sakin and Nun Sakin. To be able to go into that first, I want to talk about the difference between Nun Sakin and Tanween. They both have an n sound at the end, but there are four major differences. One of the things to note is that a Nun Sakin has something called an Asli Sukun. An Asli Sukun means it is something that is inherently part of it, and you cannot remove it. It's always going to be pronounced, it's always going to be made clear when you're pronouncing the word. So that's a Nun Sakin. Interestingly, you can never have an Alif after a Nun Sakin because an Alif itself is inherently also one that has an Asli Sukun. So there are four main differences between Nun Sakin and Tanween. The first one is that Tanween is always it's considered like not part of the original word. It's considered like an add-on, whereas a Nun Sakin can be part of an actual word or it can be an add-on. All right. For example, insanan, insanan. In that word, the first part, insan, the Nun Sakin, is the original part of the word. But at the end of it, where you say insanan, you have the Tanween. Now that is an extra, it's an add-on. You don't have to pronounce it when you are stopping on that word. You would just say insana, insana. But if you're continuing, you would say insana, and that's the second difference. The second difference is for Tanween, you will only pronounce the Tanween, you will only hear the sound of the Tanween when you are continuing recitation. When you pause the recitation on that word, it disappears. Whereas with the Nun Sakin, you will always hear that Nun Sakin because it is always have to be pronounced, right? So we have two differences so far, right? The third difference is that a Nun Sakin can be found in a noun, a verb, an adverb. You can find it in a word like sundus or min or an or an'am. Whereas for Tanween, you're only going to find it in nouns. Like that example of insanan, that's a noun, right? Insan means people or person. Mankind. So that's the third difference. The fourth difference is that you're only going to find the Tanween at the end of a word. So you're only going to find it at the end and never in the middle. Whereas with the Nun Sakin, Alhamdulillah, with the Nun Sakin, you're going to find it either at the middle or at the end of a word, right? You can't start a word with a Sakin letter. So you're going to find it either middle or end of the word. And that's pretty much it. Those are the four differences. Again, to go over them, the Nun Sakin and Tanween are different because of four different properties. The Nun Sakin is always found only in nouns. Nun Sakin is found in nouns, verbs, adverbs, whereas Tanween is found only in nouns. Tanween is found only at the end of the letter. At the end of the word, but Nun Sakin can be found in the middle or at the end. Tanween is only pronounced when it's continuing recitation, but if you pause on that word, the Tanween sound disappears. Whereas with Nun Sakin, you're always going to hear the Nun Sakin pronounced. And the Tanween is considered an extra to the word, whereas Nun Sakin is considered could be part of the original word or it could be an extra to the word. So now that we have that sorted, and you kind of understand the difference between Nun Sakin and Tanween, we are going to move now into Iqlab, which I find the easiest because it has only one letter that you think about that follows the Mim Sakin or Nun Sakin sound. Why meme sakin or noon sakin? Remember, and you can do nasal, right? It has the ghunna property. It has a characteristic called ghunna, which is coming from the nose. Or when you say the words, you are using your mouth to say you're using shafatan, but you also have the property of ghunna. It's coming through your nose, right? So, for when you have a noon sakin or a meme sakin, and then there are different rules of how you pronounce that word, the word that follows it, when it's connecting to the meme sakin or noon sakin. Let's talk about that. So, Iqlab is the easiest one to study. If you take Iqlab, Iqlab means a change of sound from its original sound, right? It's transforming completely. So you have to pronounce it completely different from its original sound. It's changing entirely, right? For example, if you say min, and then following it the word ba'di, ba'di. When you have a noon sakin or meme sakin followed by a ba, only ba. This iqlab only is for ba. Then you are going to pronounce the noon sakin as a meme. Instead of min ba'di, you will say mim ba'di, mim ba'di. And that's one example of iqlab. Can you think of other examples from the Qur'an? How about a word like anbiya? Anbiya is actually spelled anbiya. But when you pronounce it, you're turning that noon sakin into the sound of a meme. Anbiya. Just like mim ba'di, anbiya. Another example is if you see لَيُنْبَذَنَّ لَيُنْبَذَنَّ فِي الْحُطَمَةِ, right? In Surah Humaza. How do you pronounce that? You don't say لَيُنْبَذَنَّ, you say لَيُنْبَذَنَّ, لَيُنْبَذَنَّ. Now, pay attention, not only are you transforming that noon into a meme sound, which is the iqlab, you also have the ghunna. So ghunna is included. لَيُنْبَذَنَّ كَلَّا لَيُنْبَذَنَّ. Right? So that is iqlab. Pretty easy, right? Now, as all of the other 28 letters of the Arabic alphabet, let's take 6 more. Now these 6 are easy for my subscribers that have actually listened to some of the other lectures that we've looked at, especially if you've gone over huruf al-halq, because those are the huruf al-halq, 6 letters. Huruf al-halq are the letters of the throat. So you have hamza, ha, ayn, ha, and ghayn, kha. And all of these letters, when they follow a meme sakin or noon sakin, then you have another rule. And that rule is called idhaar. Idhaar is to make clear or obvious. If you think about it, hamza, ha, ayn, ha, ghayn, kha, right? So you're taking a meme sakin or noon sakin and putting one of these letters coming right after it in the next word. Let's take an example like man amana, man amana. You pronounce every single letter clearly. Man amana, right? That's the meaning of idhaar. Idhaar is to make completely clear and obvious. So you're pronouncing the letter from its makhraj without the ghunna. So there's no ghunna in idhaar. It's just making every letter clear and obvious. So man amana is an example. Or kufuwan ahad. Kufuwan, there's a tanween. Ahad, just kufuwan ahad. Aliman hakima. An'amna. Wanhar. So there's different examples that I've given you. You can have idhaar either in one word or 2 words. So I gave you examples of idhaar within a word itself, just within one word. So the examples of within one word is wanhar or an'amna, right? Or you can have it between two words. So where the nun sakin and tanween is at the end of a word and then the next word following is beginning with one of the huruf al-halq. Those examples were kufuwan ahad and man amana or aliman hakima. So idhaar is between one word, can be found in one word or between two words. We didn't talk about that with iqlab. Iqlab, what do you think it is? Also one or two, right? We had examples anbiya, that's in one word, or min ba'di, which is in two words. So both of these rules of tajweed you can find in one or two words. And let's see, there is that's pretty much it for today. I will inshallah go over idgham and ikhfa in the following lessons. It might take one or two lessons, but I hope you enjoyed today. Inshallah, see you soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.